and welcome to a late morning live retro stream. Glad to have you here with, and I figured we do ourselves another retro stream with a Capcom arcade classic. We've already done the Sega Streets of Rage 2. Then we jumped over to Capcom, did Final Fight. I figure why not stick with the Capcom tip, but this time side-scrolling Ninja Hack and Slash 1989 classic Strider, which this game ruled when it came to the Sega Genesis. Could not believe how arcade accurate it was. Good morning, everybody. Twisted, you're already doing it. Guys, thank you so much for everybody that already started to subscribe. Deb, don't you dare buy anyone a subscription this morning. You angel. I feel like I'm going to have to give you a portion of my pension. JTG, what's going on? Pleasure to have you. Zerks, what are you doing? Are you independently wealthy? Are you independently wealthy? You're the person that won the Powerball out west, didn't you? Glad to have everybody in here in the channel this morning. And if he shows up, Alex, Twisted, Deb, I am waiting to tell our winner who won the Starfield Constellation Edition prize. That was one of my Twitch streamer followers, someone that follows the DLP agenda, and most importantly, a JSS fan. So let's jump on in this bad boy and do ourselves a little Strider from 1989. Now, this was one of those games that I didn't know much about until it dropped onto the Sega Genesis. And then I got to see it in person and was like, this son of a bitch is so much more advanced than any Nintendo game that I'd played. It played like a dream. It looked like a dream. And I eventually got to see one of these systems, games, in the wild. And I couldn't believe how much it looked like the arcade. Because I think if any of you guys remember, if you owned a Nintendo, Double Dragon on Nintendo didn't look like Double Dragon on the arcade. Star Wars on Nintendo didn't look like Star Wars in the arcade. Contra didn't look like Star Wars looked in the arcade. All fun games, but you didn't really get anything that was arcade accurate. And then the Genesis hit, and you're like, yo, this is a game changer. Altered Beast, you looked at and went, this looks just like the Altered Beast in the arcade, sorta. Then you had Golden Axe, which looked a lot like the arcade. Not perfect, but, you know, enough. And I'm already dying. Strider, though, was the one that I played and was like, I have an arcade system at home. This is nuts. I remember it just playing so good. If anybody here plays Elden Ring or anything like that, Elden Ring or the Bloodborne series, Dark Souls series, it's one of those games where if you die, you feel like you screwed up. This was one of those back in the day to me, where it didn't feel like if I played badly, oh, we got this roided up maniac. You just got to slice his ass up and then get onto the platform. Ah, I remembered. Hell yeah. But I remember thinking when I played this game, if I died, if I sucked, it was on me. It was not the game's fault. There were some games that were not always like that. I think some of the early Nintendo titles just wanted to chew up your self-confidence. Looking at you, Legacy of the Wizard. Looking at you, Wizards and Warriors. Some of the ones that you played initially, they were like, oh, this is just meant to drive me absolutely insane. This game was hard, yet always fair. So, when you died, and trust me, I'm going to be dying a lot in this. I always felt like it was my fault. Oh! Welcome to everybody in chat. Thank you so much for hanging out. Wednesday nights, we're still doing it. We're getting down on our regular Wednesday night streams as I await the release of Alan Wake 2. So I'm trying to rip through Cyberpunk as fast as I can because in the spirit of Halloween, I'm trying to wrap that game up before I can sit here and scream like a maniac when I finally get to play Cyberpunk. All right, now I remember this big robot eye. Son of a bitch, you just had to super hack it. Come on. Gotcha. Oh. Ah, son of a bitch. Yeah, Alex, brother, you're not kidding. The Sega Genesis was just such a top-tier system. It just, when it dropped, you're like, I don't deserve graphics this good. I just don't deserve to have a game like Phantasy Star 2 look so good. I don't deserve to have Space Harrier look just like Space Harrier. You really did feel like you had an arcade system in your home. And then the Super Nintendo dropped with all of its special effects. Good God. Hey, just a quick reminder for everybody in the stream. Glad to have you. Tom, a pleasure. Hey, what's up, Tom? I'm so close to 50 subs. Thank you, Deb. Don't you dare buy anybody. Okay? I almost want to give you money back. Venmo ya. October 27th, 28th, going to be at Magoobies. 27th, it's going to be myself, Tommy Sabazzo, Eric Woodward, Tom Nutty. And then Saturday, it's going to be a Halloween whodunit murder mystery. We're really, really proud of this one. There's a song and dance number. There's an appearance by a woman named Peg, which is going to shock most of your parents. Go to the YouTube channel, at DLP Agenda. Click the shorts, and you'll see a example of what happened the last time we introduced Peg to someone at last weekend's show. It went real weird. Alex Drew, what's up, buddy? Drewski finally got around to subscribing to the Patreon. How good is Storytime with Tommy Simbazzo? The last episode about summer camp, all of them are great. But the last episode, Storytime with Tommy Simbazzo, you heard me reference it, I think, on the DLP Agenda. It's like the Return of the King movie, The Lord of the Rings, where you keep thinking it's ending. And then it just gets more and more and more nightmarish. If you haven't subscribed to the Patreon, please, I'm begging you, go to the patreon.com, DLP Agenda, or the DLP Agenda. You can find it. Subscribe. $5 on that bad boy. You get laughs count anywhere. New episode tomorrow, by the way. Dork Dynasty, DLP Agenda, Patreon, Storytime with Tommy Simbazzo, another forthcoming that time of the month with Katie. We're really, really proud of it. All right, here we go. Now, I think you got to face this big, evil, snake-looking prick. Here we go. This High Council of Elders, you can ride his ass. Ride his ass. Grip his grippable butt. Big birthing hips. Got him. Slow Riot. Sweet Hottie, the English Hottie, double bubble pack with trouble. You really think you can win? Strider Hero, he will never leave Eurasia alive. I got you. All right, that was Solo, the evil mercenary. Now, this was another one of those stages where it had a couple of pretty famous moments for me in the arcade, here at home. You got the gigantic nightmare robo-monkey, whatever the hell. Then you're being attacked by wolves. And then at the very end, well, oh, damn it. Hold on. I gotta hit. Gotcha. Then you see this thing. Out of nowhere. Don't worry. I put plenty of quarters in the machine. You see this gigantic, horrible monkey. And you're like, how the hell am I going to defeat this thing? If you play Strider, you know what you got to do. Swing and swing wildly. Oh, and there is also the portion of this stage where you have to do the, I think they call it like the prayer run or whatever, where you just have to literally run your ass off to the end of the stage. Come on. You run down this hill while mines are exploding behind you. It was just one of those things where you couldn't have had an effect or a gameplay experience like that on the Nintendo. Don't you fall down that fire pit, you son of a bitch. It's fun getting to go back and see how much of your muscle memory you retain from this time. I used to be able to play this game, I mean, eyes closed. Wouldn't die for stages on end. Now, as you'll see during the stream, there's going to be a rack of dying. Get your ass... No! Please, God! Please, up! Oh. Okay, thanks. That actually kind of helped me a little bit. And again, I still feel like if I die in this thing, it's my fault. I don't feel like the game is unfair at all. I feel like it's just me sucking wind. Okay, now here is Solo the Mercenary. This little cowardly prick. They did a version of this guy in... Oh, here's the run. Run, 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 run. They did a version of that guy in the 2014 PS1 or PS2 re-release. I am just awful. Where he was actually like a nice proper boss. And he's a little bit more difficult. In this one, you just slash at his big dumb face. And make the jump. And I didn't make the jump. Oh, God. I am sorry. This is not coming back to me. Oh, it's like riding a bike. It is a little bit. All right, here we go. Okay, let's make this run. What's up, Hitch? Glad to have you here, pal. Little retro Strider stream for you as I relearn one of my favorite Sega Genesis games of all time. Gotcha! Except this is the arcade version. This is from the Capcom Arcade Classics pack. You can download it on Steam. It's free, but then you go in there and you buy games for like $2. I would just love to go back and tell a young Justin, hey, in the future, all those games that you have to mow lawns for weeks at a time to afford, don't worry about it. In the future, are there going to be flying cars, teleportation? Absolutely not. You'll still be driving a vehicle from the 90s for the first 3 or 4 years of your adult life. But you're going to be able to buy all of your favorite games for basically something off the price of a dollar menu. We live in a time of miracles. Aha! One up. Wait for the Tesla coils to finish popping. God, blessed hell. All right. We got this. Like a family. Now, admittedly, I'm going to be cheating quite a bit in this because you do have an option in a lot of these arcade classics to just be able to continuously pump quarters into the machine. So we're going to finish this thing come hell or high water. But just don't think for a second I got good at this game. I did not. I need your big walking pincer-looking ass to move out of the way. Come on. Damn it. Drewski, what are you doing? I had no idea I knew so many people of means. Old money. 3 cheers for Drewski, by the way. Helping a brother achieve his subscriber goals. Thank you to everybody that subscribed or is buying subscriptions for other people. I am sorry you got to watch such a dog shit stream right now because your boy is getting rocked. I promise I'll finish this stage somehow. Maybe I can attack him from down here. Nope, turns out I can't. This walking pair of safety scissors, you mother effer. Hey, what is money? Whoa, Deb, that is something you do? Don't do it again. Drew, Angel, appreciate you, my friend. Very, very much. Okay. Center oneself. We have this. First, get past all the rabid dogs that you just wish would find a loving home. Then, get past the poor soldier over here that just doesn't realize he's going to meet his ultimate fate. Actually, he's not there. Okay, shout out. Then, we have the gigantic, horrible future taser. Then, we have the awful pair of safety scissors on wheels. Then we need to jump up and not get clipped by his brother. Let's get all the way to the end. And then attack the hell out of him. Son of a biscuit. Okay. Just move your fat ass out the way. And we finally got you. Okay. Now, at some point, I do believe there is going to be an option for me to jump, kill this evil prick, and jump aboard, yes, a flying hover vehicle that is populated by a vehicle. Oh, that's right. Now there's bombs floating on my head. This was just such a wild gameplay experience when you first played it. You're like, I never could imagine playing anything like this on the Nintendo. And by the way, there was a Strider on Nintendo. And it was actually pretty good. It was almost RPG-ish. That is one thing I did appreciate about the original NES. They knew we can't give you the arcade experience. So what we'll do is we'll give you a version of the arcade experience or some new gameplay style. Double Dragon 2. I mean, hell, even Bionic Commando. Does anybody remember the Capcom arcade version of Bionic Commando? It was pretty simplistic. Then, meanwhile, the Nintendo one gave you an amazing one-player experience. It gave you this incredible one-player experience where actually at the very end, you had to revive Hitler, which was really weird, seeing the Fuhrer cuss you out in 8-bit. I do believe Bionic Commando on the Nintendo was the first game where... Oh, it's that freaking solo again. Son of a bitch. Oh! Oh, it's the horrible Chinese assassin triplets. These wretched women. Oh! I gotta kill this bastard. He's just dropping bombs. Yeah, this is gonna be a real sticky wicket. Here we go. Yeah, I yeeted it. I did a little bit of a yeet. Ooh, first pitches and Strider. Things I yeet. Okay, come on. We got it. We got it. You just got to get over here and take these 3 awful Yakuza members out. Then take this evil bastard out. Okay, come on. Go! Please let me start up there. It's not going to let me start up there. I'm trying. Oh, I'm trying. Tom Hansen, what's going on? Tom, we are playing the arcade/Genesis Classic Strider. Vanessa! Hey, Vanessa! I know Vanessa. A pleasure to have you, Vanessa. Welcome to the stream. Yes, we're doing a little retro stream today. I'm trying to do some and I just got my ass sucked into a turbine. Trying to do some classic streams on days that are not Wednesday. Wednesday is the main modern era stream. Every Wednesday, 7 to 8 or 7 until TBD, depending on how much sleep I need the following day. Some days I say, screw it, let's just go to work at 98 Rock Tired. Come on. I'm going to kill this prick. All right, hell yeah. I didn't even need to take him out. Tight. This game is stressful. Take me to your boss. Wow, Strider, the first Karen. We control the world as long as they have the flying ship Balog. You must be joking. You're sending a toy into battle. This thing's anything but a toy. Now, this is another one of those stages that, if memory serves me correctly, had a special effect midway through or towards the end that just, for like a 10, 11-year-old Justin, my mind cracked in half. There's this thing towards the end, it's like this weird gravity engine where it sucks you around the room. Well, hello there. And it spins you in 360 degrees furiously. You don't know whether you're coming and going. And it's wild. Again, I sound like I'm dogging the Nintendo. I'm not. But for a kid that grew up playing the Nintendo and the Master System, by the way, which I found at a yard sale, it blew my mind. So let's see what we have here. All right, tight. I gotta jump to this, climb all the way down. And yes, this was stressful because you're like climbing, wall crawling outside of a battleship. Oh, I don't remember this. This power-up was not in the Genesis version. Yes, there was some stuff. I think I'm like invincible for a couple of seconds. There were some compromises between the original Genesis version or the arcade version and the Genesis version. Oh, okay, so now we gotta jump, 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 jump. Oh god, I'm getting squished! This thing is making my butthole snug. T-Wolf, what's up, pal? They did do a remake. I was just referencing this just a second ago, man. They did a really slick, like a reimagining of Strider in 2014, and it was freaking awesome. You had to fight the Grand Master, you had to fight a bunch of classic bosses, you had to fight a bunch of these wretched pricks. Yeah, the 2014 Strider was beautiful. It was like one of those 2.5D, and that thing wanted to throw you off the edge. But I believe, if you're smart, you could walk all the way out here and get a little something. Nope, guess not. Thought there was like a power-up out there. Okay, this is the thing I was referencing. This weird gravity engine that just throws you in a circle, and it's wild. Aha, that's what I was thinking of there. And jump off of it, and get back to it. It's wild how your memory comes back to you in some of this stuff. Okay, here we go. So then suddenly, out of nowhere, you'll see gravity will reverse. And it's just super weird. Right here, I believe. Boom! Now you're playing upside down. So at a time, you're like, what the hell? How am I? I'm walking on the ceiling, Lionel Richie, and I'm having to grip the floor. It was just such a unique gameplay experience, even for a second, even though that does come up a little bit later on in the game, and I will get my ass handed to me during that segment. It's so futuristic. Okay, here's this big, evil, awful sphere. And then you just gotta fly around and slice this awful prick until... Come here. You have to, like, get caught up in its gravitational pull. Come here. Oh, it's so awful. Because if it spins you and throws you up against the wall, you do damage. Or it takes damage to you. Come on. And I'm gonna die. I know it. Ah! I knew it. Drewski, thank you to everybody that's been donating subs. Hey, anybody in the chat right now, what was one of those first arcade games that you got at home that you just could not believe looked like the arcade or did not look like the arcade? I had one. I want to see what you guys say. There was one that was a massive disappointment for me when I got it. I learned to love it, but it was a Sega Genesis title too, by the way. What was one of those first games that you got, like, oh, I can't wait to play this at home? Oh, God. Run, 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 run. Get the power up, run, jump, keep going. Fly, little one. Fly, little one. Take out the evil space pirate. Take out the evil space pirate. Got your ass. Ha ha! Oh, my God. So much less Joe Robinson. Tuna. Awesome one. Ghosts and Ghouls. John X, what are you doing? How about a 3 cheers for John X? What's going on, my man? John X handing out subscriptions to people. Thank you so much. This was my least favorite stage. I didn't like this one. What's up, John X? Slow clap to everybody. Oh, this one didn't have fire. This one had hallucinogenic mushrooms. Shout out Tommy Simbazo. Jump out and right down into the pit of eternal stench. The bog of eternal stench. Run, 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 your goofy Strider future ninja ass. Now, the graphics are beautiful, but these vines, the gameplay mechanic was wonky. It did have some pretty sexy, like, Amazonian women that they all wanted to kill you. They all remind me of really angry Lotties and fired up Debs. Cute, but deadly. All right, come on. Oh! All right, now how the hell did I get up here? There we are. Oh, watch out for the spikes. This game also had a ton of speech, too, which I thought was super cool. It had a ton of speech on the Genesis as well. You're like, wow, this game's, like, advanced. Whenever games talk to you, I thought, wow, this is the future. Joe Montana football, the one that talked to you. I didn't even like Genesis football. I bought that game just to hear it talk to me. Wasn't the greatest game, but hearing a video game speak to you. Like, I used to play Double Dribble and The Adventures of Bayou Billy, 2 Capcom games, just to hear them say the names of the games at the beginning. Double Dribble. The Adventures of Bayou Billy. Ah, damn it. Now, this was cool because you got to Death by Snoo Snoo. You know what's up, baby. Tom, you're not kidding, man. For 1989, these graphics are pretty good. Fun fact, this game was developed on a board called the CPS-1. The CPS-1 was the Capcom Power System 1, which ran a lot of your favorite games. Street Fighter 2, I believe Final Fight. Don't quote me on that. CPS-2 had a bunch of stuff, such as the Street Fighter Alpha series, and I just jumped my ass into a pit. To my credit, though, could you really tell that that was a pit? Come on. All right, here we go. I think you got to take on a big robot raptor here with this. Oh, Jesus, this thing loved dropping big bosses on you. Oh, God. Damn it. Oh, dude, Jam It on Genesis, I do remember. Okay. I can't quite remember the secret to beating this guy. I just know it was a lot of luck, and I wasn't very good at it. Again, thank you for your patience. Oh! Come on. Jump, you future space ninja. Ah! I'm gonna die. Damn it. The game that disappointed me the most, and again, it was one of the ones that I learned to love, was E-SWAT. If anybody remembers E-SWAT in the arcade, I always thought it was so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna suck a lot. E-SWAT in the arcade. I thought it was beautiful. It was so much fun. And then you got the Genesis version, and search Genesis E-SWAT versus... I need to stop getting landed on by that guy. A lot of that's on me. I'm not recognizing patterns here. But you saw what the Genesis one looked like, and you went, why is everything so small? Why are the stages so much different? It ended up being a very good game. Run! But it just didn't look anything like the arcade version. I was so bummed out because my dad would take me to his bowling league on Wednesdays, and that was one of the games they had in the arcade. Gotcha! Was they had E-SWAT in the arcade. You had to play 3 stages as a regular cop, and on the 4th stage, you got the E-SWAT armor, and I was never able to beat it. And I finally get the Genesis game for Christmas, and I pop it in, and it just doesn't look anything like the arcade. I was so bummed out. And I fought through it, and by the time I got to the end of it, I actually ended up enjoying E-SWAT on the Genesis more than the arcade. But it didn't look like... It was one of the first, like, I guess, disappointments, you could say, on that system. But I ended up liking it. And it even had, oddly enough, a plot twist at the end of the game. I mean, not a lot of games have plots. I remember the first game with a plot I was fascinated by. Ninja Gaiden, NES, had those amazing cutscenes. Oh my god, how great were the cutscenes in the original Ninja Gaiden on the NES? You just wanted to beat the stage, not just because it was just a fun-ass game, but because I need to see what happens next in the story. Who killed my father? Who was the son of a bitch that killed my dad? And Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, 3. By the way, has anybody noticed the small guys in the background? When I unpause it, look in the background. There's a bunch of guys up there waving. You could take a trip up to New York to the Timeline Arcade. I've never even heard of the Timeline Arcade. Tuna, you guys used to reenact the scenes from Ninja Gaiden? Okay. Hopefully you guys didn't kill each other in a field somewhere with katanas. Oh, I love that freaking game. You know what? That's one of the reasons I was a little bummed out by... Please don't die. I was a little bummed out by the Ninja Gaiden... Ah, son of a bitch. On the Xbox, Team Ninja redid it. It looked awesome. It played great. The story was terrible. The story made zero sense. It was just like... And you saw all the screen grabs of the game coming out. You're like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. And then it came out, and you're like, the hell is going on in this game? That was the one big disappointment with the aughts Xbox Ninja Gaiden. Looked beautiful. Story made negative sense. Now, how do I jump up once, slash his ass, don't get hit? Jump up a second time, and I get nipped on the toes. Okay, this prick here with the gun, okay. Okay, here we go. Let's learn from our mistakes. Jump! God damn it. Can you imagine, by the way, I'm playing in an arcade emulator. Can you imagine how much of your allowance would have just gotten shoot? Really? Butt cheek bomb? How much of your allowance would have just gotten ripped to hell? Vanessa, new job. Ah, yes. Our friend Lottie got herself a new job. I'm still dying to hear about that. Lottie, hit me up. I want to know more about the new job. I need to get past this stupid part of the game. Oh! These things suck. Oh! I was facing the wrong way. God, I'm a dumbass. Okay, hold up. Ha ha! Learn from you, you prick. Oh, we're just going to do this. We're just going to fire blindly in an area I can't get past. It was the later stages in 8 and 16-bit games that are like, fairness, screw it. Vanessa got a new job. Oh, well, hey, congratulations to anybody doing what they love and have jobs or new jobs or jobs they hate or coworkers that they want to beat to death with a 10-pound weight from your local YMCA. How am I getting worse at this? By the way, yeah, top-notch cover filer, by the way. This is the easiest part of this stage. Unfortunately, my childhood, says T-Wolf, was past the arcade phase. Damn, and you grew up in a religious family. What was the religious stance on arcades? Did they, or just video games in general, were they like, don't go and play Streets of Rage 2, it's blasphemous? I did get a guy in. I worked at Video Game Exchange. It was my first game, my first job. I loved it. My best friend Pete, who I reference pretty regularly on the air, that's where we met. I got a guy in there once. I remember he was asking for a game for his daughter. Yes! And I was trying, she says she liked combat games. So what was I doing? I was recommending Street Fighter 2. And he got like legit, I am gonna die. He got legitimately angry with me that I would suggest a game where people could get hurt. And he was like, I want a game because my daughter likes games with combat. I'm like, all right, well, this is combat's goddamn Street Fighter. And yeah, he got like mad that I suggested it. I'm like, brother, I don't know what to tell you. Your daughter wants a combat game. This is about as combat as it gets. Yeah, this part of the game's pretty brutal, and you get sucked out into space. Yeah. But yeah, he was like, so wait a minute, there's violence against other people? I'm like, well, yeah, it's Street Fighter 2. It's a game where people are fighting one another in the street, hence the name, Dipshit. And he like wanted to legitimately talk to my manager, asking if I was suggesting violent games to other customers the way that I had suggested some to him. I'm going to say it again. It was Street Fighter 2. It's not like I was suggesting like Manhunt or Bully or Grand Theft Auto or Mortal Kombat even. Street Fighter 2. And yeah, he got all up in his feelings. I'm like, what does your daughter consider combat, by the way? Is your daughter, she's just a Contra kid? I don't know. All right, now I gotta get past. Oh, this sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna get hit in the face here. Yeah, can I? Oh, right out into space. Yeah, sorry about that. What is wrong with you for suggesting it? Alex, I didn't know what I was doing. I was getting high at lunch in the back, eating pizza bowlies. Which, I mean, this is just us friends here talking. That's basically all I did at the Video Game Exchange, was just get rip shit stoned in the back. And I would, oh, please just make it. Yeah, okay. Oh, God. Oh, my butt is so puckered. I would just get high as hell in the back of the Video Game Exchange, and I would pray to not hear the door beep. When you heard the door beep, that meant you had a customer. And there was a couple of times where, let's just say when it came to the weed, I overshot the landing just a little bit. And I am just taking balls and placing them in my mouth right now. And you would hear boop, boop, and that meant, oh God, I've got to go out there and help someone. And there'd be a couple of times where I just knew. They knew that I knew that they knew that I knew that I was high in the sky like this game. Yeah, then I would go out into the lobby and I would be red-eyed, pasta sauce on my face. I used to love the Pizza Bowlies tin of spaghetti. And I would just get completely shit-hammered. And would try and help people. And it's not a place you want to be. By the way, this is in the pre-edible era. You guys with your edibles these days. Oh, you kids with your edibles. You don't know what it's like to have to stink like weed the entire time that you're burning up. I got drunk and high. Brother, if you weren't drunk and high working at Pizza Hut, you were doing it wrong. Hey, answer me this, by the way. If you worked at Pizza Hut, and I am in space again. I flew right past the sun. This might be one of those things where I don't think I'm going to be able to get past. I'll try. Know that I will. But this was one of those areas where like, oh, this sucks. I don't think I'll ever be able to finish it. And somehow as a kid on the Genesis, I would be able to do this in one life. I had friends that worked at pizza places that said that they would do the same thing. They'd get just baked as can be. And they would call and order pizzas that they knew weren't going to get picked up just so they could keep the pizza for themselves. Is that true? Because that's a genius grift. We don't have this. Lottie, we don't. We just don't. And yeah, the customers, dude, if I go into a Pizza Hut or a pizza place or a Domino's and the employee is not high, I leave. I'm like, sorry, I don't trust a skinny chef, and I don't trust someone to play Strider on Justin's stream. Oh my God, I feel like I was born with goddamn hooves instead of hands right now. This is not easy. If I can't do it another couple of turns, maybe I'll try something else, or maybe I'll just tap out until later. Oh! Oh! Would someone mind coming downstairs and hitting me in the head with a tack hammer? Dad has a case of the dumb today. Thank you. Love you, Evan. Any second now, you're going to see a 7-year-old come in out of the side of the frame with a tack hammer and just collapse my head. This duder, it is hard. And one of the things I was making a point of earlier, could you imagine being a kid? I'm going to try a different approach here. Check this out. And playing this in the arcade. Imagine playing this in the freaking arcade where every time you had to continue, you needed a quarter. Are you kidding me? Imagine needing a quarter every time you played this game. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Who made this food? Well, guess we've got to eat it now. Yes, hell yeah. We would accidentally make wings. And tuna, good point. Old school Little Caesars. Oh, what did the kids say? It hit different. It definitely tasted different. Yeah, old school Little Caesars had a different flavor to it. It's not like I'm turning my nose up at Little Caesars. I am not a pizza snob. I don't give a rat's ass. I love pizza. But still, old school. Oh, yeah. Old school Little Caesars had a different flavor to it. And you can go into Little Caesars now and get one pizza, right? That was the gimmick with the old school Little Caesars, is that you couldn't get just a pizza. You had to get 2 pizzas at all times. Am I crazy? Am I remembering that? Oh no, who made this pizza? My brother wouldn't even hide it. He would just walk in. You'd be stoned as hell. All right. I'm gonna keep on keeping on with this, but I am so sorry. You're spending your morning with the man that's not good at games. Oh, I'll tell you, if Evo ever adds a Strider competition, I will not be representing Maryland in the Strider division of the Capcom Evo tournament because I'm sucking like I owe someone money. Oh, God. This game just puckers your ass. And this is going to be another fail run here, I can tell you that. Papa John's is crap unless it's super fresh and hot. Below piping is trash. I said what I said. I said what I said. Hey, thank you to everybody hanging out with me here this morning. I don't occasionally schedule some of these retro streams on a weekend. I just kind of let the mood strike me. You know what's happening? Very much like this. I was playing Cyberpunk and was just getting the absolute living shit kicked out of me. And I said, time to play something else that would be a little bit easier. So why not pick a quarter muncher from 1989 that chewed up not just kids' allowances, but also their self-esteem. So, thank you. They made these retro games hard to give them longevity. If you're good at it, it would be like 3 hours of gameplay. Dude, you're not kidding. I remember playing Street Fighter 2 in the arcade, and I had this miracle run. I was never like an elite level Street Fighter player, ever. I was capable. I was able to play against some of my friends sometimes, you know, with some level of competency. But, I remember going on a run against the arcade where I made it all the way to Bison on a quarter. That's the closest thing to like legitimate athletic accomplishment I have ever felt. Was making it to the final boss of Street Fighter 2 in the arcade. And the thing that I also was so proud about, there was a dude there watching me. And he watched me play like I was like worth a shit at the game or something. And then Bison absolutely bent me over an ottoman, yanked my butt cheeks apart, and proceeded to cover me with movie theater popcorn while he had my way with my tender little hole. Oh, no. This is just... that's a resume builder. Yeah. Not great. Not great. Hey, I'm not sure if I talked about this on a prior stream. I might have during one of my Cyberpunk streams where, let's just say, Daddy had a couple of beverages. Never repeat that, by the way, on my Wednesday night stream. I might have just a little bit of a buzz. One of the moments I had in Japan that was like a full circle moment for me was I was playing in the Akihabara district at a place called Beep, which has an arcade. It's a retro video game store, but they have an arcade downstairs. And I sat down and played Street Fighter against somebody. And I won. And when I tell you, I walked out of there knowing that I had just beaten a Japanese man in a Japanese arcade at a game of Street Fighter 2, to say that you couldn't tell me shit for about a day is an understatement. I puffed my chest out when I talked. I went to a Tokyo arcade, and I beat a man in Street Fighter 2 who I had never met. Did I bow to him afterwards? You're goddamn right I did. And then I went outside, and when the missus tried to tell me what she wanted for lunch, I said, hey, how about you take the bass out of your voice? I'll tell you what we're going to have for lunch. And I felt like a man. Yeah, the dude was nice. Mac. Oh, my God. Mac will never not make me laugh. Hey, man, he was my age. Okay, he might have been older-ish. Older-ish. I'm not saying like he was like I'm not saying I played against like Gramps, but, you know, he was a man of age. His back hurt when he woke up. Okay, I could say that. Oh, God. Did I just accidentally make it? Then one of these stupid little bastards will fly over here. Don't you even dare! Please make it onto the tip! I just touched the tip. All I've got to do is get to that side, and then I think I crawl down. If I make this thing, I need everybody to buy 20 people subs. Don't do that. That's a joke. Buy someone a submarine sandwich. Food, not actual subscriptions. The fact that I have as many subs as I do right now that I feel very undeserving of, thank you. So, oh, please, God, no. Why? I am about to eat my headphones with a little bit of ragu. Oh, much like my uncle's thumb, it's in there. Oh! Come on. Come on. Move out of the way. Move out of the way. Move out of the way. Come on. Broccoli. Oh! It's good for the pancreas. No! Duder, I am currently playing on the Capcom Arcade Classics system available on Steam. Playing it on PC. Still learning to console stream. By the way, somebody asked if I'm going to be console streaming. I am. I'm learning how to do that right now. It takes some additional equipment that I don't have. If you knew anything about me, I have very small equipment. So I am learning to do it, and how did I just pull that off? Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me! Yeah, I'm buying some equipment. I am playing Starfield. Yes, you know what? How about this? Seymour, my brother's hanging out with me tonight. My big brother, Pat, he's going to be hanging out. I do have a capture card, yes. I think I might be doing a little Starfield stream tonight. I don't know about all that. You've gotten better as a streamer since your first one. Dude, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get more interactive. Hey, if anybody sees some of the little tear emojis, you'll notice A1 Joe Robinson, sorry, Mac, A1 Rob Mayer, and A1 myself for some of the base level. 2 months, 3 months. You'll be earning some of those as you make your way through your subscriberness. I hope you stick around month to month. I appreciate any amount of time you stick around. If you decide to stick around for 1 month or you just want to hang out and not subscribe, I appreciate it regardless. So there's going to be more giveaways. By the way, I'm waiting to see the man who we all need, Seymour, Deb, Wolf, Mac, Twisted. 3 cheers for the gentleman that has just showed up in the stream that I privately messaged and announced as the winner of the Starfield Constellation Edition. None other than Jay Hackman 23 was the gentleman I pulled off of the pile to win the Starfield Constellation Edition with the game, the watch, the carrying case, the DLC, the patch, the map. Everything is in there. It is all going to my pal, Jay Hackman. I could not be more surprised and happy that my friend James Hackman, Alec Bishop, Deb. So how about a big thank you, congratulations, Zerks, John, everybody for Mr. Hackman. There are a few people out there that I could think deserve it more. A man that is as kind as he is supportive. So Kooky, everybody, shout out. A big round of applause for Jay Hackman. A guy that deserves it. There are going to be more giveaways in the coming weeks. I'm looking at something online right now that I'm trying to get delivered, that the only issue is that it's as heavy as a son of a bitch, and I can't ship it. So, sorry, it might be one of those ones where it's like a Maryland-only give, but to anybody listening, watching internationally, I apparently have some people watching from London. Someone, I looked at my analytics, watching from Pakistan. Thank you to our Pakistani brothers and sisters watching this bad boy. Yeah, lift with your back. I have a very tender little back. I walked into the stream like 10 minutes ago. How do I already have a subscription? I'll tell you how, because there's some other people in there just handing out subscriptions. Your Zerks and your Debs and your Alexes of the world, they're hooking up people with subscriptions. So that's it. That means the world to me as I'm trying to hit various subscriber goals. There might also be a second stream tonight where I play a little bit of Starfield. If you just joined the stream, know that you are probably not going to see the end of Strider, because I'm having the worst time beating this freaking stage right now. Oh, God! Blessed hell! Okay, now these grenades are going to come out any second and absolutely rock my ass in half. I need to get onto that thing, but then somebody decides to fire these grenades. I'm going to jump! Oh, I forgot. There's more spikes. See, what did I tell you earlier? That first part of the stage was hard. The second part of this thing is a stone cold bastard. Oh my God. 12-year-old Justin would be so ashamed of 44-year-old Justin's inability to play this game with any type of skill whatsoever. I remember playing this game just eyes closed. And this stage in particular, after a while, I began to figure out the ins and outs, the idiosyncrasies of. Okay, I have to float up here, and then eventually swing back by, land here. Oh, God. Jump. Please don't hit the spike! Okay. Whoo! Like, what's the target age group for this game? I guess, I don't know, anywhere from 18 to 80. Seymour. Seymour, you're making me laugh. I can't say your name fully because I'd like to rebroadcast some of these streams, but no, your name is making me laugh. All of you are more than welcome to say Seymour's full name. And say it in front of your family, too. They'll love it. And I'm going to definitely die. Yeah. 20-year-old Justin be impressed by the sex you're getting. Okay, Mac. All right. All right, here we go. And I'm about to get rocked up. Come on, we'll take our time. Big old oops. Vanessa, thank you so much. Subscribing a tier anything. Don't give a damn what level you subscribe at. Hey, also, I didn't fib, but I was misinformed. Not misinformed, I misunderstood. I'm dumb and I don't read all of my emails at work. It was supposed to be an announcement on Thursday, about a big 98 Rock thing in April. It gets announced on Monday at 8:20. So get ready for that. I don't know what's happening, but oh God. Oh God, did I make it? Please don't make me have to freaking continue. Just let me continue from here. Oh, wait, if I could. Did I just rewind something? How the hell did I do that? Okay, apparently there's a rewind feature in this game I knew nothing about. I could have been rewinding my deaths the entire time, but then I'd be disrespecting the legacy of Strider. And God forbid I raise a son where I'm disrespecting the legacy of Strider. Whew. Okay, let's see where this lets me continue. If I gotta go all the way back, I might punch out. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's over. Oh, God. Our long national nightmare is over. Yes. Again, could you imagine playing this as a kid in the arcade with limited funds? Like, you've mowed 1,000 lawns. You're trying your damnedest. Please just dive down the hole. Oh. Okay. You're trying to play this game. You've only got a couple of bucks to your name. And you're just frying up. I probably spent, I'm going to guess what, $50 worth of allowance on this thing. All right, we got this other laser bastard. Oh, this is what old school games did too. If memory serves me correctly, the boss rush. This was the thing game companies would do when they knew, hey, it's time to really drain this poor 10-year-old's allowance dry. Let's make them play through all the bosses again. It was their favorite thing. Okay. Was there an arcade in Waldorf you'd go to willing to play? I would regularly go to, it was called Pocket Change. Pocket Change in the St. Charles Town Center Mall, which, hey, fun fact, I recently went to the St. Charles Town Center Mall to go kill some time before I went over to my pal Pete's house. And I went inside, and the Babbage's is now a Charles County Police Precinct, son of a bitch, and the Pocket Change Arcade, which I made some of my best memories of all time, I believe is now a methadone clinic, which is great. So Charles County, much like they say at the end of the Jolly Rancher commercial, keep on sucking, okay? Just take it and suck it from the back, as a matter of fact. Grip it right at the base and just suck all of it, because Waldorf, it just needs to be wiped off the map at this point. I am going to have a lot of trouble with this section, I can already tell. It sucks. Pete's leg, it's not great. He's probably going to lose it. And that's because of the diabetes. Oh, yeah. This is going to be another one of those ones where we're going to be ride or die on this bitch. There's going to be a lot of dying. Speaking of riding, that's going to be mostly dying. This bastard here was such... You had to turn your back to him. Because if you faced him, he'd fly away like a chicken shit. And I'm dead. Oh, boy. Don't go there. It was just the Charles County Fair for outreach, and I got a whole understanding of Justin. Yeah. It's just one of those things, just the St. Charles Town Center Mall to sort of remember me as I were type thing. And I'm going to have to remember it as it was, because it is a disaster now. It's like every single restaurant in the food court, there used to be chains, places you'd recognize. It's just all like disgusting, like fried food and bourbon chicken places now with a lady trying to give you a sample out front. I'm like, I'm not eating that goddamn rat meat. Yeah, not great. And here's where I die. Oh, God. I run Vetco vaccine clinics at the Petco in Waldorf. It does very well. Yes. God, yeah. There used to be some pretty amazing places in that city. Do you know that there used to be a roadhouse, a musical roadhouse called the Stardust? Dolly Parton played there. I think Sammy Davis Jr. played there. At some point, I believe even Elvis made like a swing through to say hello to the trash people of Waldorf. And it burnt down. I remember that. It burnt down. The Stardust, and because it was on like the historic Charles County Registry, they couldn't tear it down. So there was just this disgusting burnt husk of a building that was slowly collapsing in on itself that people were like sneaking into all the time. And they were worried. I just jumped to my death almost. That they were worried that people were going to fall down a stupid goddamn pit. That they were worried that someone was going to stay the night in the burnt down husk of the Stardust and die. Because after every rainstorm, it got soggier and soggier and soggier and grosser and grosser and grosser. And, yeah, they eventually had to just tear the thing down. I don't know who got them to do it. There's also the Wigwam Bakery, Curly's Duckpin Bowling Alley. This is another fun fact about Justin. Do you know that my father, his father, as I get shot in the head yet again, all hail the King of Waldorf. Thank you, Alex. But we all know that goes to Good Charlotte. The people that no matter who I tell that I'm from Waldorf, they wanted to know, did I know Good Charlotte? Yes, I booked them to play at Borders. My grandfather, on my dad's side, was a semi-pro duckpin bowler. And the 2 times that I actually went duckpin bowling with him, he was drunk and didn't do very well. Maybe I should change my DLP, or excuse me, stream name to the King of Waldorf. Or how about this? The Duke of Waldorf, because again, the Madden brothers got that locked up. All right, let's see. I'm going to give this a couple more passes, and if this doesn't work, guys, we're going to pray. Ah! It's just that little platform that's driving me nuts. Can our washer take pod laundry detergent? No. Someone's asking me questions from the grocery store. All right. All right, here we go. Couple more runs, and then we got to punch out because there's chores to be done around the house. Laundry. We got to slop the children. We have to feed the man that lives in the shed, the one whose back I shave to make pelts and sell on Temu. If you've never had a human back hair pelt, ooh, it's going to keep you toasty in the winter months. This son of a bitch, I always wanted to know how to get around without being just rocked every time. Because even in stage 1, when that bastard showed up, I couldn't get by without taking a whole ass laser to the head. I just can't get past that bastard. John, what are you doing? 3 cheers for John X taking care of folks and hooking them up with a subscription on this retro game stream playing Strider from 1989. Thank you to everybody hanging out this morning. Don't forget, October 27th, 28th, Magooby's Joke House, Die Laughing Productions DLP Agenda every Tuesday, and most importantly, my baby, Justin Scott and Spiegel, Monday through Friday. Hey, listen to the games. Listen to the games this Sunday, huh? And I'm going to fall down the hole again. I knew I'd do that. I'm the Queen of Waldorf. I'll take that. I will take the Queen of Waldorf. You got that count to 69. Hell yeah. You ever heard of a 68? It's where you service me and I owe you one. I shouldn't have said that. All right. All right, guys. My abilities, my patience, my time is wearing thin. Oh, almost had him, but I don't, but I didn't, and I'm almost dead. Guys, that is unfortunately going to have to do it for me. I made it all the way to the end of the stream, and I just don't know if I have it in me anymore. Thank you to everybody that hung out here today. I've had a blast on this retro stream. Again, I am always open to suggestions on retro streams, modern streams, We're still doing a Alan Wake stream at the end of the month. When that comes out, I think I'm going to play a little bit of Starfield later on tonight. Deb, you're amazing. Golgo 13. Yes, I'd love to. If I can find a way to stream Golgo 13, I will. It's got to be PC for now because I think I need to get one of those caption cards. Zerks, Tuna, Seymour, everybody that's been hanging out here on the stream. Thank you so much. Dial Afrin Productions, October 27th, 28th. Be sure to listen to the DLP agenda on Tuesdays, 7:15. We're now live on YouTube. Please, you can watch the entire live stream of the last episode right on there. We'll stream little mini clips of the DLP Patreon episodes. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out. Be sure to pay attention to the Instagram. Have your notifications set to notify you when streams are going to be going live, because I think I might jump back on late tonight after I've had a couple of spirits to do a little Starfield and fly around, maybe beat up on some of those side quests I never had a chance to. Mwah! If I'm the queen, Alex, you are the duchess. And hey, how about this before we jump? Zerks, we got a birthday in the crowd. Happy birthday to Zerks. How are all of you celebrating your weekend, celebrating our friend's Zerk's birthday? I am, by the way, for real. My son, who I love to death, he has a stuffed animal named Pickles. It's this little stuffed cat. He's just decided that today is Pickles' birthday, so we're having a pickle pizza party later on tonight. My brother's coming over, we're inviting a friend, and some grown men are going to be celebrating a stuffed animal's birthday party for my son because, well, it just means the world to him. All right, take care. Let's play again soon.